Art Fight is an annual game during July where artists fight each other by drawing the opposing team's OCs, or muses as I like to call them. I participated in it once back in 2024, but here's the thing. Back then, I had a lot of time so I could attack a bit more. I had to skip participation last year because of a lack of time and I didn't have my drawing tablet at all. This year though, despite my lack of time, I decided to attempt to participate. So we might be wondering how that experience went for me. Well... As of editing this, I only did a few attacks. Of course, I'll likely make more attacks before this video is posted, but I am editing this a week in advance. I did not make nearly as many attacks as I would have liked, which sucks. But hey, I am glad to have participated. So let me show all of the attacks I made and talk about the muses. And by the way, I did make sure to have everyone's permission before including them in this video because we're considerate here. The first muse I drew for Art Fight is Lance, who is owned by Twin Armageddons. Now, funny story about this one. I wasn't ready for an attack. I was just casually drawing art for my profiles because let's say a girly was not prepared. I checked my notifications and boom, Twin Armageddons attacked me. I was shocked because I'm used to having to attack someone first. Was not expecting a piece for Xianyue, but I knew that as soon as I got my profile art done, I had to do a revenge. Lance caught my eye because Angel, but also I genuinely thought his design was cool, so I did my best with this one. I started out with something a bit more simple, just a half body shot of him holding some glowing ball because, angel things. I had no idea what to do for the background sadly. I was never really good at those things. Now, for Art Fight, I've always tried to do fully rendered illustrations, shading and everything too. I want to give people a bunch of pretty art, so that's why. Probably explains why I barely have any attacks because I spend like 2 hours minimum on a piece. I really do envy those artists who can draw really fast and pump out like 10 attacks a day or something. Sadly, I'm not built like that, even at my peak. But of course, I made sure to give every piece I drew for Art Fight the love and attention it deserves. In terms of the drawing process here, it wasn't too bad. Again, this was something pretty simple for my standards. I did get lazy and copy and paste the hands though, because we work smarter, not harder here. But also genuinely, hands are pain to draw. This isn't even the toughest drawing when it comes to hands. Don't worry, I'll make sure to rant about hands when we get to the drawing I struggled on the most. Since there isn't too much to rant about when it comes to drawing, I'll talk about some of the things I loved about this design because yes, this video will in fact compliment each and every muse I decided to draw because people ate with their designs. For starters, I love the wings on his head. I don't know, I just really dig that design choice, right? If I did do a full body for him, I'd have the chance to draw all of his wings. Again, I love that design choice in Angel specifically. Also, long white hair is just so yes for me. If I'm being honest, I definitely have a bias for characters with white hair. It just looks so cool to me. I want white hair myself, but I just know the bleach would fry my hair. Okay, but this is not about me though. The halo looking thing behind his head is cool too. I don't know if it was supposed to be black because I did end up making it this gold thing. I hope I got that detail right. But basically, this was a recipe for a design to catch my eyes. So yes, it was very fun drawing this muse. Here is the final illustration. I think it is a good start to me doing Art Fight, and of course, I want to thank Twin Armageddons for surprising me with an attack like that. The next character I drew for Art Fight is Marina, who is created by Tsunami Aquari. Now, I've actually had my sights on Marina for a while. I had her bookmarked back in 2024, but never got around to drawing her for some reason. Well, it's big 2026. My art is better, and so I decided to draw her. But also, I genuinely love the way Tsunami Aquari draws, and just wanted to give a drawing of one of their muses in appreciation for having such peak art. I did take many breaks in between this drawing though because of life stuff. I really do try to do an entire drawing in one sitting, but sometimes you can't help with life. I wanted to try and draw a proper background for this. I noticed some rose motifs all over Marina, so I thought to put her in a rose garden. I searched up some pose references so I can actually get the pose right. Just a simple pose of someone holding a rose. Because do you think I can get a pose right off the top of my head? Absolutely not. I'd say in terms of difficulty, this was mid for difficulty because I did try to take my time on the background. I wasn't going to do a scuffed background and then blur it. Overall, this one was not too bad to do. Now this is the part where I compliment the muse I'm drawing and talk about all of the things I love about the design, starting out with the color scheme. You got me hooked the moment I see pink. I have a soft spot for pink color palettes, alright? The colors that were chosen are all very light and pretty, so it makes the design super nice to look at. I also really love her dress. While I didn't draw a full body of it, I think I can sit back and appreciate it. Like, I love the ruffles. The dress seems very elegant and princessy to me. I don't know if it's meant to be a princess sort of dress, but either way, it's a gorgeous design. I actually thought it was pretty cool that she was like a goat. I am very basic in what I draw. I never really drew like a half goat person before, so this was a new experience. I mean, we can tell I never did because I literally struggled on the horn placement on her head. I had her kind of looking down and in a 3/4 view. Somehow that results in me just fighting for my life and struggling. Anyways, I got it to look somewhat right. But in a nutshell, this design is just peak and very pretty to look at. And I'm definitely happy I got to draw her this year for Art Fight. Alright, so in the speed paint, you'll see me really quickly run through doing the background. So I broke things up into multiple layers, which is rare for me because usually I do the background on like 2 layers and pray. But I actually divided things into parts, so hopefully it looks good. Admittedly, my background shading is like super simple. I'm not that good at backgrounds, but I've been meaning to work on that a bit more so I can stop blurring things and calling them depth. I think if I did take the time to do background studies, I could honestly get there. There are so many studies I need to do to improve my art, but anyways, I think that's enough nonsensical rambling. Let me show you guys the final illustration. Here is the final illustration. I absolutely love how this one turned out. Of course, a lot of love was poured into this one, so yeah. For the next muse I decided to draw, I used Art Fight's Discover feature. I looked up users with high battle ratios because I wanted to gift art to someone who maybe didn't have too much art thrown their way. Obviously, battle ratios change with time as this video will have been a while since I've drawn the piece. At the time of searching, I stumbled upon Trizzo and their muse Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth did catch my eye immediately because remember when I said I liked white Heron characters? Yeah, so of course. But also, I read about her too, so I can see if I can get some ideas. I try to do my due diligence and read whatever descriptions people come up with for their characters. Sometimes it gives backstory and lore, and I eat it up. So based on the description, Elizabeth is basically a rich businesswoman, and I love that for her. So I just wanted to draw her looking rich. I had this idea to draw her on a yacht because rich people things, so that's what I did. It probably doesn't look too much like a yacht though because we know of my skill issues with drawing backgrounds, but I did the best I could. Now let's talk about the things I love about Elizabeth's design because everyone gets compliments to their muses. I thought Elizabeth's hairstyle was really cool. I sort of struggled on it for a bit, but after some time, I did kind of figure out how to translate it into my style. Also, I absolutely love that huge coat she has over her shoulders. If that isn't the embodiment of wealth, I don't know what is. And yes, that is like high-key a design element I love to see sometimes. Just the coats draped on the shoulders. It makes characters look badass in my eyes. I thought the all-white color palette was actually interesting because it seems to me that her coat, suit, and whatnot is like all one shade. I saw pops of gold from her necklace and her eyes. In the description, it says she really loves white and gold, and I can tell. White and gold is also a nice color combo, so it just made it nicer to look at. I think the design is very straightforward in a good way. Something I can appreciate is when a design clearly communicates what type of person the character is. And to me, when I look at Elizabeth, I can just tell she's rich. Honestly, I need to get better at clarity with my own designs, because if you look at Jihoon, you'd be like, wait, that's a medical student? Well, to be fair, I do draw him how he likes to dress, but yeah, obviously he is not straightforward in his design whatsoever. Anyways, this drawing went by super fast and it was kinda easy towards the end. I didn't go too crazy with the lighting effects because it was daytime lighting, and then yeah, I finished up the piece. Here is the final illustration. I love the vibes with this one and had a lot of fun drawing her. Now this next character I'm drawing is actually very special to me. So one of my good friends had her birthday coming up, so I wanted to draw her character as like a present for her. She does have an Art Fight profile, but she didn't post her character on there, so I can't submit this as an attack. But in all honesty, putting this as an attack didn't really cross my mind when I asked her for details on the muse. So I'll throw a picture of my friend's muse on the screen. Her name is Willow, and I found this design so adorable. So I had to draw her the most perfect illustration, obviously. I did put this in the Art Fight file anyways, though, because, well, it would have technically been an Art Fight attack. And also, the Art Fight file here is so I can see all of my gifts I made this year for people in one place rather than how 2 years ago everything had separate files, so yeah. I definitely spent a while on this piece, a whopping 4 hours. It's because Willow has a decent amount of details in her design. Naturally, a fantasy design will have a good amount of details. I don't mind details though, as I think it makes a character look kinda cool depending on the execution. And there was good execution here, alright. I believe Willow is either an elf or a fairy of sorts. I didn't actually ask my friend for any details on lore, so forgive me. Either way, she's a fantasy being of some kind, which is cool. And now this is the part where I yap about things I love about the design. First thing, pink. Yes, the pink hair. Another thing I love is just how adorable she looks. She has a lot of round shapes which just make her look so cute. I also love her overall aesthetic. It's very earthy and it's kind of a vibe. Also, her flower crown is cool. It gave me a bit of a hard time in drawing, but that doesn't matter. It just looks so good and it was absolutely perfect. Willow kind of reminds me of just like a flower and nature in general. I don't know if that's my friend's intention, but if it is, she nailed it. Now I'll talk a bit more about the drawing. So I wanted to give my friend a background for this piece because, like I said, effort. It's kind of funny how 2 drawings end up featuring flowers of some kind, and it's drawings I really wanted to do. Not saying I didn't want to do the others, by the way, but I was overtaken by this sense of motivation and had a burst of energy for those drawings, alright? Is the secret literally flowers? Do I need to shower people's characters in flowers or something? Like, wow. It is kind of funny, it happened twice. So yeah, I did draw Willow with flowers because of the nature vibes. Admittedly, I do kind of suck at drawing like flower bushes and plants in general. I think I need to find my style with them because right now we kinda just do whatever. Like sometimes it'll be more painterly, other times I'll have actual line art. So which is it? I don't know, but I'd hope what I came up with looked right. I thought sort of golden hour lighting would be nice, so that's why the sky is this yellowish color. I also didn't want to do another pink sunset even though that is up there in my favorite lighting situations. But overall, I had so much fun with this piece and was also glad I could give something nice to my friend since she has genuinely been a wonderful friend to me. Here is the final piece. Again, really happy about it, and I think it was a nice birthday gift from my friend. As you can see, this picture is of 2 muses. I always want to draw at least one couple attack because I like seeing ships. I found Heron and Avis, who are created by Sam Kiwi. Naturally, I had to make a drawing of them together. I'll admit, I did struggle though. I completely deleted my first version of this because it wasn't to my standards. Like I was dragging myself through the sketch and was like, wait, this looks bad. I deleted the footage of me drawing that earlier version. The speed paint you're seeing now is of the new version I did like a day later. Sometimes it's good to just step away from the drawing tablet and really refresh your mind before you jump straight into the next piece. And a lot had happened the other day, so I wasn't in the best headspace. So my art quality suffered. Now, let's talk about things I love about these designs because yes. First of all, the bird features. Now when I draw characters who are part bird, which by the way is like not many, and to be honest, it's debatable what the heck those characters even are, I kinda just slap wings on a character and maybe throw on a few feathers. But these designs kinda double down on a bit of the bird features. Again, I didn't draw a full body of these 2, but as you guys saw on the references I put in, they have bird legs, and I thought that was a really cool design choice. Heron specifically has feathers on some parts of his body. Again, another cool design choice, because I'll admit, when I do my designs, I kinda just slap basic features on and never go ham. Mostly because, well, I'm not sure how well I can execute things in my design. It's why art fight is so good for me because drawing other people's characters does push me out of my comfort zone. Like I'd be forced to draw things I don't normally draw, and I think that's very needed for someone like me who doesn't draw a lot of diversity. I just stick to things I'm confident in drawing, which means my art kind of plateaus a bit at some point. None of that here. Anyways, back to glazing the designs. I think both of the designs have a lot of attention to detail here. A lot of the elements tell a story, and I dig that. Again, I couldn't show all of the details because this isn't a full body, but I can still appreciate the designs. Almost all of these attacks aren't a full body because I struggle in composition for that, so yeah. But overall, I just thought these were really amazing designs for me to draw, and that just challenged me to step out of my comfort zone. I did put this piece as polished because I was actually pretty proud of this one. I put a lot of time and effort into it. I think this one took like almost 6 hours to do in total. I expected it to take a while just because when you throw in another character, it kinda doubles the time. At least, that's how it is for me. But yeah, I got to meet my quota of drawing a couple drawing while also getting to step out of my comfort zone to try and draw new things. And here is the final drawing. You might notice it looks slightly different than the end result in the speed paint. That was because later, it was pointed out that the bottom half of Avis's body looked ashy and I didn't realize that. Come to find out, it was because of the gradient map I used. Leaving the piece like that was unacceptable, so I went into my program, fixed it, and sent the updated piece in a private message because it's very important to me that I draw people's characters right. So yeah, turned out okay in the end, so that's all that matters. The next muse I decided to attack for art fight is Saras by Star Up in the Sky. Now, if there is one thing I'm weak for, it's gorgeous women. And Saras is absolutely a gorgeous woman. I've attacked this person's characters before, but for some dumb reason, I never bothered drawing Saras. Like, hello? Am I stupid? So yes, we are drawing her in the big 2026. This piece went by relatively fast, minus me struggling on the hand. This is the piece where I was actually fumbling with the hand pose. So my vision is that Saras is holding a glass of wine because I saw that she likes wine. Except I was struggling with the hand pose for who knows how long. I looked up references, then just sat there like, and suddenly I forgot how to break things up into shapes. I mean, I eventually did something, but seriously, I spent an embarrassingly long time on that hand. Really, that was the only struggle with this piece. Now, it's time for me to yap all about all the things I love about this design. The first thing is her hair. It has such a pretty color, like it absolutely eats. Also the style, there's just something about that hairstyle that's absolutely chef's kiss. Also, it did make things slightly easier for me when drawing her because if I can't get that second eye right, it doesn't matter because it'll be covered anyways. I also love how she sorta looks classy and elegant. She doesn't have to be very showy about it. Nothing wrong with showy designs cause I like those too. But I can always appreciate that quiet luxury sort of vibes. At least to me, it feels like quiet luxury. Also, the color palette in general here. It's very cohesive, brings the character together, and of course, very pleasant to look at. And I said earlier that Saras is a gorgeous woman, which automatically puts her at the top with all of the other gorgeous women. Because despite the fact that you all see me only draw men, I actually love female characters. I just don't draw a lot of my own female characters. So overall, this was a must-draw character for me, and you bet that I had so much fun drawing her for art fight. Now, when it comes to some decisions I made when drawing this piece, I settled for drawing her in front of a city at night. This type of background is high-key a classic of mine. If I don't know what to do, city at night background because I can make it look good and do cool lighting effects. But also, I think it's fitting for the character based on what I read about the story she comes from. Because I believe it's like a modern fantasy sort of universe. It did add a couple of things in the background, like it wasn't entirely just that city. I added string lights and a railing because I envisioned she is sipping a nice glass of wine on a rooftop lounge. And honestly, that's kind of a vibe. Overall, a super fun drawing to make and I was happy to gift it in art fight. Here is the final illustration. I think the lighting effects turned out very nice on this one. But also, I can never go wrong with this sort of background, so yeah. Hopefully, this is not the final art fight attack I'm doing in general, but it is the last one for this video. So for this attack, this is on Amore by... okay, I can't pronounce that username at all, but I will have it up on the screen. This person has a very cool art style, so naturally I gotta show my appreciation for peak art by drawing one of their muses. I noticed that they wanted some art of Amore, so I was like, you know what, let's draw them. And so that's exactly what I did. But also, Amore genuinely has a cool design and interesting lore. Let's start with things I love about this design. It's a very fun design, first of all. I love the little hat they have on and the outfit. Oh, and the tail balloon was really cool too. I always gotta talk about the color choices because that is one of the first things I notice. The pink and sort of mint green combo really works here. I don't think you can ever go wrong with that combo. I also appreciate some of the little details like the placement of the strings on the design. At least, I think those are strings, ribbons, something. I actually almost missed them when I was drawing this, which is kind of silly of me. The white makeup is simple, but it ties things together nicely. Again, just another peak design from a talented artist. Now, as for lore specifically, they're essentially this demon familiar. These familiars perform with magicians and allow them to do crazy things. For more specifically, it seems like they're an independent familiar and perform on their own. The artist also included some details and also facts to help me with drawing them. Yeah, those facts helped a lot, especially in terms of what to make their expression. I don't have to worry about anything crazy, just a blank expression will sorta do since the note says that they're not used to moving their face. Now, tying into the lore, I decided I was going to draw Amore performing on stage. I searched up some pose references and found something. Then it was off to work. I wanted to see if I can draw kind of a full body here because I had been drawing half bodies. I did kind of pull it off. I think this is considered a full body, so I marked it as such. If it isn't, then oops. Anyways, let me talk about some of the drawing process here. So the background was a bit of a process. Not as bad as the one I did for Marina's art, but still something. It is somewhat based off of a reference image I used. In the foreground, I decided to go with confetti because, performance. Maybe a magic trick. Something. But maybe I should have made the confetti a lot bigger considering that according to what I read, Amore is actually pretty tiny. Well, too late for me to change now. As for the lighting situation, I know for sure I was going to go for a spotlight. Normally I do a backlight and some rim highlights because I just love that lighting situation. Not for this one, but naturally since it wasn't a lighting situation I do often, I had to search up a reference. I had to search up references for a lot of these pics, but that is good. It means I can get things right. Overall, this was a very fun piece to work on too, and I enjoyed drawing it. And here is the final illustration. Like I said, this one was super fun, and I'm happy I got to draw Amore for art fight too. Anyways, that is all for this video. Like I said, by the time this video comes out, maybe I would have made more art fight attacks. I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed drawing everyone in this. If you want to see more from me, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Maybe I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye!